Hello, welcome to Oxford Heirlooms. Now I have finished embroidering the little flowerets and lazy daisy leaves all along the bottom of the garment. And as you can see, it's just a lovely little detail along the bottom of the garment. Now that took me a hot minute to do, but it was a hot minute well worth spending. Okay, now I'm going to hang this up on a hanger and set it aside temporarily while I do some prep work on the little sleeves. Okay, so I've got that hung up and out of the way. And I brought my pattern pieces for my sleeve. Now, if you recall in the last video, I decided that I'm going to gather the bottom edge of the sleeve, put in a row of entredos, and then add a little Swiss insertion ruffle along the bottom of the cup. And I think that's going to be real pretty, and it will bring back the detail of the collar to the little sleeve. Now, I need to do some gathering threads on my 2 pieces of Swiss insertion in my 2 sleeves. Now, if you'll notice, I've got one sleeve, I've got the word back written on the left side, and the other sleeve has the word back written on the outside. Now, since this Swiss insertion is one-sided, if you look at it real carefully, on the front, the threads are light green and lavender, but on the back, the bobbin thread is sometimes white. So I'm going to have to be real careful when I create these sleeves that I orient the Swiss edging to the outside of the sleeves. And that's why instead of just writing a letter B, which would be symmetrical to the front and back of the fabric, I write out the word, and that helps me keep track of this is the outside of the fabric, this is the inside of the fabric. But that's just something I do because I have made mistakes in the past. Now, I have my machine. I'm going to set it for a basting stitch, which on my machine is a 4.0 stitch length. And on the right sides of the fabric, I'm going to make 2 passes. Oh, I don't have my needle threaded. Give me a minute to thread my needle. Okay, mission accomplished. I had forgotten that I used my white thread when I hemmed the scallop hem of the garment, and I just simply put the spool back on the top of the machine without threading it. But now I have my stitch length set to 4.0, and it's a straight stitch, and all along the edge of the top of the little ruffle piece, I'm going to stitch a straight line 1/8 of an inch away from the edge of the garment, of the sleeve piece, just 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so I have sewn my first basted gathering stitch 1/8 of an inch away from the edge of the garment, and I'm going to do a second pass that's going to be 1/4 of an inch away from the first thread. So I will sew again 1/4 of an inch away, and that's going to take me a minute to do. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my 2 gathering threads in the first of the ruffles. I need to do that for the second ruffle, and then on the 2 sleeve pieces, I'm going to sew gathering threads along the bottom of the sleeve and also between the dots on the top of the sleeve. So that's what I'm doing today, and when I get finished doing gathering threads, we will start constructing the little sleeves. Thank you.